Anybody else having a rough time this morning getting their ass moving? This is one of the very few times in my career where I've actually just gone, nah, fuck it. I'm going back to bed. I don't want to go to work today. For the most part, I love doing what I do. I love driving truck. I love going where I go, traveling all over, getting paid for it. Today's not one of them. No. Today I'm thinking, you know what? Just want to go to bed. Mind you, I haven't had coffee yet, so see how I feel in about 15 minutes after I've had some coffee. Actually, I'm not even gonna get coffee for. I gotta go pick up this. I gotta go pick up this tank first. Then I can get coffee. So I'm looking probably at about another hour before I see any coffee. That's not a good thing. But at least you can see, at least I got motivated enough to get the truck rolling and moving. There we go. Something soothing about a truck engine. I know it's not just me. I know other guys are like that as well. Just listening to your RPMs wind out, your engine wind out. Hey guys, most of you know that I just recently moved my truck, and where did I go? Right there, man. KBD Transportation. And why did I go to KBD Transportation? Well, first of all, I got tired of being just another number in a truck driving around aimlessly. At KBD Transportation, everybody in this building knows my name. Yes, I got a truck number, but they still know my name. I can walk in here at any time. I can talk to my dispatcher. I can talk to the coordinator. I can talk to HR. If I've got an issue, I can walk right in and talk to the owner. I like that. Small-time family, small-time operation. Been in business since 1994. That's almost 30 years, guys. But that's not why we move trucks. Why do we move trucks? We move trucks because of money. So let's talk about money. KBD's got one of the most comprehensive pay packages in the business. 100% of the fuel rebate. No BS. No calculations, no this, no that. This is what the fuel surcharge is. This is what they give you on every single mile you drive. You can't beat that anywhere. I've yet to see any company in Southern Ontario that gives you that kind of option. What else do they do here? Well, they have an on-site shop. I've got an issue with my truck. I need a small minor repair. I need this, I need tires, I need brakes. They'll take care of it for me. Discounted rate. $90 an hour at the shop. You can't go wrong with that. All of the little things that make this a family operation, they pass on to us as the drivers, and they make you feel good. So that's why I went to KBD Transportation. We're in the Iroquois area. That's between Cornwall and Brockville. Great place to run. Good lanes, good freight, good money, good people. KBD Transportation, check them out. Sorry about the windshield. I just looked at it now. I didn't even realize. I should have given it a little clean and a scrape. You guys are checking out my bug splatter. Well, it ain't trucking unless you got bug splatter. I think I'm gonna take the girl. I gotta go, like I said, I gotta go down to Jersey, so I know there's at least 3 places between here and there that I can get the truck washed. So she's going in for a wash today. Knock some of the dirt off it, pretty her up. See if we can keep it pretty for at least a couple of days. Usually I'm not a big advocate of a clean truck. You know, keep it maintained, keep it well greased. You know, but in the winter time, obviously you wash it a little more because we got salt, so you don't want the salt sitting on your frame and on your truck. But a clean truck don't make it go any faster, and it doesn't make you any more money. And I'm more interested in making money than looking good. So I'm not a big, I don't wash it every week or every 2 weeks. I try to get it in for once a month. And if it's dirty 2 days later, it's dirty 2 days later, whatever. Besides, the price of truck washes these days have gone. Why did the price of fuel go up? Make the price of truck washes go up? I don't know. You telling me the increased freight rates and fuel prices, they had to jack up the price of a truck wash by $20 because it cost another $9 or another 9 cents to get that soap from the factory to the truck wash? I don't know. The increases don't match. Price of fuel goes up this much, this percentage. I would expect, or I could respect, the price of certain items that we purchase to increase that much, but it doesn't. The price of fuel goes up 20%, the price of our goods goes up 45%. Why the fuck am I thinking about this so early in the morning? I don't know. All that over a fucking truck wash. Oh well. It is what it is. Either way, we got a nice drive down a nice country road. A lot of places for sale up here. You don't see that very often. The market's really good right now for houses. So, but even still, some of these places have been here a while. They're really nice places. They're all up for sale. I think we just passed, what, 4 of them? The last 2 miles? 4 houses for sale on one road. Can't afford a new house. I have to stay in the one I'm in. What's funny is the house on wheels that I live in during the week, I have a bigger payment per month on my truck, which is my house on wheels, than I do on my mortgage, which is a 5-bedroom house bungalow on property. Funny how that is. Technically, I'm paying 2 mortgages. And the more comfortable of the houses, the more comfortable of the houses is the least expensive, but I live in the more expensive one more of the time. These are just morning rambling, guys. Sorry, I got nothing this morning. My brain ain't working. Nothing seems. I'm just babbling. Morning babble. That's what you're getting right now. Enjoy. If you're in the same boat and you feel like babbling, throw it in the comments. Just babble in the comments. We can all sit around and fucking babble together. You love small towns. They built this plant probably sometime back in the 40s or 50s, and then they built the town around it. All right, so let's go see what we got here. That ain't bad. It's about, bill of lading says it's 45,600 pounds. It's not hazmat, it's corn syrup. So God forbid we have an accident and we dump this all over the highway. It's gonna be just one big sticky mess, but nothing's gonna burn down or blow up. So I've too high for the truck. Gonna be cranking this thing in low gear for a while. Here I am feeling lazy this morning. Well, it appears we have a light issue. So we're just gonna do the old wiggle on the piece up here and see if that resolves it. If not, we'll have to make a phone call because this is not our trailer and I don't think we're responsible for fixing it. There we go. Just needed a little wiggle. So because we've got a bit of a, it's just a simple connection problem, right? Probably because the chassis, I'm looking, everything in there is bone dry. So all I'm gonna do is add just a dab of dielectric grease. And just put a little dab over each of the holes. You don't need a lot, just a little dab. Just enough so that it, when the pins go into those holes, it runs down the side and you get a little more grease on it. You get a little grease in there. And the dielectric grease conducts the electricity, right? So go. Yeah, it was really dry, really dry. So let's just go double check our lights again and make sure everything's good. I'm thinking, why should I walk back all the way back here alone? You guys can go. Let's go take a look. We got flashes? Yes, sir. Everything's flashing. Lights are all on. Everything looks good. All right. So, let's go do some paperwork and get this pony running down the road. Okay, so my hat is off. I will never make fun of a tanker yanker again, ever. My hat is off to you boys and girls. I've only got a small one here. This is only a 20 foot tank filled with corn syrup. So but it's hot, so it's really liquidy. It moves around. Now I got warning from a couple of people that have done this. You know, watch your corners. You know, blah blah blah. You know, don't mash on it when you're taking off. Well, I don't do that anyway, but even take off a little slower than usual. And whatever the fuck you do, try the best you can not to come to a hard stop. You know, if you know you're getting off somewhere, you get the cute cruise kicked off about a half mile out, and you just coast into where you're going and try. Because let me tell you, I just took it in for fuel, came up the ramp, no problem. As I'm about halfway up the ramp in a bend, you can see that the liquid leans to one side, fills it right to the top. The trailer started to lean. Now it wasn't in any danger of tipping over, but I could see it in my mirror. And because I was braking, it was sloshing back and forth forward. When I came to the stop sign at the top of the ramp, I didn't excuse me, I didn't hold my foot on the pedal as hard as I should have, and it pushed me right over the line. Like it was only about half a foot, but because I didn't have the brakes like firm, my foot firmly on the floor pushing the brakes, the sloshing was enough to firmly push me about half a foot, maybe even a little more, over the line. Now, if there would have been, well, I wouldn't have had the nose of my truck that close to a car anyway, but I can easily see why some of these guys, you know, pulling tankers, and you hear the stories that, you know, the liquid in the tank, they came to a stop, they didn't hold the brakes hard enough, and they got pushed into the car in front of them. I can easily see that happening. So gentlemen and ladies, you now have my respect doing this. That, and okay, I'm doing 62 and I've got the cruise, so the rocking has pretty much subsided. I'm up to speed, I'm cruising, but let me tell you, man, I'm gonna get fucking seasick. Back and forth, holy shit. And then even going up and down hills, I've noticed, like, I'm not going up and down any big hills here, but I'm just going up and down a couple of little rollies, and up and down, and as soon as you go up and then go back down, everything in the tank goes from the back, wham, right up to the front. It's like, holy crap-a-mola. So like I say, guys, good job. If this is what you do for a living, my hat is off to you. I can guarantee you this is not going to be a 9 mile per gallon trip down to New Jersey. This thing pulls like a pig, an absolute pig. I'm probably doing about eight and a bit right now. 8 and a bit. I got 9.4 on the last rounder down to, I went down to Berlin, then went over to PA and picked up, and I got 9.4 on the rounder on that. This is not even going to come close. Well, maybe a little bit. The good point is I got to bring this thing back empty. They're going to empty it. Takes them about 2 hours to empty it, and then I have to bring it back up. So who knows? I'll get better fuel mileage coming home, but this thing's going to be a bitch going down. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do this for a living. I understand the big tanks. The big tanks, they got baffles in them, and I know that helps with the sloshing around and the moving around, but there's no fucking baffle in this thing, let me tell you. This stuff is moving. Oh well. We'll be at the border here in about 15 minutes or so. And I'll talk to you in a bit.
Smoking and steel. Wheelburner Express. Mash down on the throttle, I'm lightning in a bottle. Wheelburner Express. Climb on up inside and enjoy the ride. Wheelburner Express.
Son of a bitch. Southbound 81 in Watertown. Looks like we're going in for an inspection here. Or we're going in, maybe they'll drive us through, but this is New York. They're not usually that gracious, unless you're spotless clean and they've got a full house already. They don't usually just let you roll through. I'm never that lucky, at least, anyways. Go figure, eh? It's always when you're pressed for time. Nobody waving at me. So far, so good. We pulled him. There we go. One more guy to sneak by. So far, so good. There we go. All right, so if I'd have been one truck earlier, I'd have been going in for a New York State DOT inspection. Not that I'm worried. They can inspect me all they want. I'm not worried about the inspection or them finding anything. I'm more concerned with the time it would take. I'm starting my week a little late here, and being Monday, and I didn't leave the yard till 5:30 this evening. And I got to go down to Berlin, New Jersey. Now, it's not that far. It's only 460 miles or 440 miles, something like that. That's not bad. You know, I'll be down there probably somewhere around 1:30 in the morning. I don't need to take the half hour. I'll make it before I need to take the half hour. So we'll see. Hopefully it works out. Time to get the girl washed in a long couple of weeks. Gonna knock the dirt off. Of course, I support local, so I'm at prime time at Napanee here. These guys have always watched my truck since the day they opened. I think they've been around 2 years, two and a half, maybe 3 years now. They do a great job. Hands on. Price ain't bad. Cost me $110 for a full jam wash. And believe it or not, that guy over to the right there, that's the owner. He still washes the trucks himself. He's got a crew in here that does a really good job. Washes the trucks himself. Does a good job. After this, we're going over and get the oil changed, and then it's time to go home. It's Friday. So we'll see you over in the oil change. Damn, these guys do a really, really good job. I usually like to pull it out of the bay and just give it a quick look over before I pull away. If there's ever been an issue, they've never had a problem. Back it back in, they fix it. Looking pretty, looking pretty. Right down to the wheel covers. They scrub the wheel covers, do it all for you. So we just come out of the wash bay and we just spin it around. and it didn't take them but 10 seconds. They're not very busy today. Love this place. This is QTL in Napanee. Again, we support local, and they just brought me right in. There was no waiting, no fuss, no muss. They've done my truck before, so they already knew. As soon as they plug it into the computer, they know exactly what they're doing. They know the oil, they know the filters.